you are occupied with a lot of work, becoming a workaholic. But in my opinion, it's not like that. It's just you developing yourself with a lot of skills and whatever opportunities you get through the world. I joined my organization AIESEC when I was in my third year actually. During my term, I went for an exchange to Sri Lanka. That made me understand how much an exchange is important for students.
Hi, Sheika.
Hi.
Student innovators like you are the future of India, and we welcome you to our Voice of Students Entrepreneurship series. We are so glad to have you with us to share your thoughts on managing your hustle culture. We also hope your journey inspires many students to bring out their creativity and start their own entrepreneurial path right from their college days. So, to start with, Sheika, tell us a bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Sheika Farooq Bata. I am a fourth year computer engineering student specializing in cybersecurity at VIT AP. I am currently serving as a startup director for AIESEC in Amaravati. I am also interning as an application security engineer at Info Hybrid. So my main motive is to make an impact to the world and bring impact and leadership qualities in the youth.
Got it. Which course in college do you study in?
I am currently studying BTech Computer Engineering, specializing in cybersecurity at Vellore Institute of Technology, Andhra Pradesh.
What's your meaning of hustle culture, Shekha?
Okay, my meaning of hustle culture, it's not being very busy, it's being consistent. Basically, hustle culture, when everyone hears about it, everyone thinks that you are occupied with a lot of work just to be becoming a workaholic. But in my opinion, it's not like that. It's just you developing yourself with a lot of skills and whatever opportunities you get through the world.
Great. So, since you've mentioned the main skill for someone to be an entrepreneur or maintain their hustle culture, they need to be consistent. So, to students who feel they are too busy for side gigs, what would you tell them?
Okay. No, I believe that no one is too busy for side gigs. Everyone has time, enough time. If a student like me can do all these things once, everyone have time. It's just that they need to prioritize things and make sure that they give the correct time management for each and everything that they are doing. They should understand that whatever work they are doing, they are gaining skills through that and they are doing some impact to the world and themselves to make the better version of themselves. So side gigs, it's students who should take initiative for them for their development.
For someone who has no idea of what a startup director does, how do you explain your role in one sentence?
So, for a startup director, what I actually do is I have an entity here of an organization. Mine is a new entity. So I built foundation for my entity. I built system. I built culture. I manage teams. These are the works I do. We have to communicate with stakeholders, partners. There's a lot of work that is there beyond this. So it's a hectic job, but then it's fun and it's very engaging to students to stand up for roles like this.
How did your journey as a startup director begin? Was there any defining moment or a story behind it?
Yes, of course, there was. I joined my organization AIESEC when I was in my third year, actually, and I was business development member back then. During my term, I went for an exchange to Sri Lanka. That was the defining point for me. That made me understand how much an exchange is important for students to understand themselves, to develop their perspective, to develop their skills. And I felt like, okay, I should step up for the manager position. I applied for the manager position later on. I became the manager. I understood how helping it was for the students around me to give them these opportunities to develop themselves. Later on, the role for startup director came up. I was reluctant in the starting to apply because I didn't had enough trust in me because I knew that this role was much demanding and I was not sure if I could figure it out myself. At that moment, my teammates, my team members, my co-managers stood up and they were like, Sheika, I think you are the best fit for this. You should go for it. They were my support system. Without them, I don't think I would have been here. And I believe that they are the reason I am here. I felt like when they said that, when they have this much trust in me, why not me? I should try this. So that's how I'm here right now.
Great. So since you have mentioned you had self doubts and you're like bit worried if you could not able to do it right. So can I ask what the most challenging part about building something from scratch?
Most challenging part for building something from scratch is basically the trust issue that people have, the brand value that people have. Building a brand value is not easy when it comes to a startup. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of work, a lot of teamwork together to build that brand value. And I believe it was difficult for me and my team in the starting to gain the trust of the audience and students. But we slowly find a way to tackle those issues and obstacles, and we figured out to how to build the brand value. We did that, and now we are thriving, and I believe we will be there in the future.
Great, great to know. So how did you learn to lead a team while still being a student yourself?
Leading a team was not in my dictionary in the starting, but everything happens through experiences. As I've mentioned, I joined this organization when I was in my third year. I went for an exchange and became the senior manager. That was my first time leading a team. I always thought I should be a perfect leader, but I was wrong. You cannot be a perfect leader. If you try to be a perfect leader, it for sure you will mess up something. So I stopped being trying to become a perfect leader. I just became the real me. And that was it. It was not much difficult for me to lead. I understood that giving my members, my team, a purpose to lead, a vision, so that they also think like me and they also understand and do the work for themselves, not because I am just giving them the work. That was much needed. And to make sure that they understand the essence, I needed to be like stand in their same line, understand them, listen to them, understand their queries, help them out, and give them what they want. So, this helped me become a good leader, is what I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. That's what a true leader will be. And so, since you have mentioned this, we know that it was not a large first step that you just become a director, and you have been crossing like you have stages of your life. So, I would like to ask, looking back, what would you tell your first year college self?
What I would tell my first year college self is that don't overthink, just say yes to all the opportunities you get. Because if you say no to one opportunity, you are missing one skill that you might gain later. So just try it out everything, because this is the age you can try it out and understand and make a better version of yourself. So you have the energy, you have the time, just make use of it, just go for it.
Yes. Sheka, you mentioned to be a good leader, you should not be very mindful that or set a goal that you should be a perfect leader. So, same alike, we would like to know one more leadership lesson you have learned that every student should know.
One leadership lesson every student should know is basically just be the real you. Do not act like a leader, do not act like you're something when you get a leadership position. Just become the real you. Just understand and grasp the situation. Understand your teammates, what their needs are. Understand what is actually needed and work accordingly. Because what happens most of the time is that when a student or any person who gets a leadership role, they tend to get more not grounded to earth. They might feel like they're very, yeah, I think you got what I meant. So, not becoming that and always being grounded to earth is much needed when you become a leader. For you to become a good leader, that is much more needed. So, it's always about taking care of your team and making sure they get what they need.
Great. So, Sheka, you're managing studies. Also, you're a startup director now. And how do you manage your time without burning out?
Burning out is a thing that happens, but this is something I'm doing because I love it. So, I don't feel like burning out every time. I manage it by prioritizing it. I use this AI tool called Dola AI, because since I'm doing my internship project and the startup director work, everything together, it becomes a very hectic for me. And I tend to forget few things. So what I do is that I note down whatever is needed in that app, which is like basically acts like my secretary. So that, and it will keep on reminding me to do my work, so that I won't miss out on anything, and I will be doing it everything consistently and making sure everything is done perfectly. So this was one thing that I've used to make sure that I am doing well in all the three departments and not backing out in any field.
Yeah, that's a great way to manage things. I hope students got a great suggestion for managing their things. And Sheikha, have there been moments when you just wanted to give up, and how did you push through?
So the moments like giving up comes when your team don't support you or your team is not performing like it should. But then I never felt like giving up because I stepped onto this role because I wanted to make something different for them. I wanted to make sure that when Sheika, I wanted my entity to be known as when Sheika became the startup director, it changed completely. Everything has been different. To make sure I lead a legacy was one of my dream when I stepped into this role. And I have made sure that that is happening. Even if my team is exhausted, I make sure that I will also work as them. I won't be sitting just idle there asking them to do the work. I'll be there with them, along with them, doing the work. So it never felt like giving up, anyways. Maybe because of my love for this organization.
Great, superb to know. And what are the three skills you have gained from this role that your degree alone wouldn't have taught you?
The three skills that this role has given me, one is definitely leadership, managing the team, cross cultural relationships, and how I got chances to communicate with real world stakeholders. This won't be I wouldn't have gotten all these opportunities through my college. From college I have gotten only the technical skills, and also of course networking. Networking was the main factor that I have gotten from this. Yes, these were the three roles skills.
Great. So, one last advice to our Stucred followers from your side.
My advice would be mainly to the students that you have the energy, you have the power, can change the world if you want. If you want to make an impact, if you want to become a better version of you, just say yes to all the opportunities that is around you and make sure that you're not just sitting idle there, just chilling and watching Netflix and just moving on. You can do all that in your free time, but make sure that you are building up yourself every moment, not wasting your time, managing everything, doing leadership roles, so that it becomes easy for you when you step into the corporate culture.
Great. Thank you so much, Shaika. It's been truly inspiring to hear your story and insights. We hope your words spark ideas and encourage fellow students to believe in their potential and take the actual first step towards entrepreneurship or in the hustle culture. Thank you once again for being a part of the Voice of Student series.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.